We have some good news for you. If you perform your own songs on a recording, or you're hired to perform on someone else's songs, you're entitled to collect neighbouring rights from your performances. Also, if you perform as yourself on a film, TV series, DVD, or other audiovisual production, you're also entitled to collect rights from your appearance on camera. Neighbouring rights protect artists who have made an audible contribution to sound recordings. All artists and musicians on a recording are entitled to receive royalties every time it is broadcasted on TV or radio. These royalties are based on the collection of neighbouring performance rights and are divided between the owner of the master recording and the featured and non-featured artists. A featured artist is the artist or band whose name a track is released under. Often, featured artists will be contracted to an ongoing arrangement with a record label, or in the case of self-releasing artists, be the exclusive rights holders themselves. In each of these cases, this would normally mean that the featured artist is entitled to royalty income from exploitation of the recording, with the ownership usually sitting with whoever paid for the recording. A non-featured artist or session musician is a performer who plays a musical instrument or performs vocals in a live or recorded session or gig, and is generally engaged on a session-by-session basis. Session musicians are paid for the performance on the day of the recording, but also should sign a consent form for the session work they are engaged for, which would grant a particular set of rights that may generate royalties in the future. The tools used for digital distribution of musical works and their metadata make it easier for musicians to claim these rights. Neighbouring rights protect the artistic performances on a recording. They're also called performers' rights or related rights, and are similar to the public performance rights associated with compositions, publishing rights, but they are paid to recording owners, usually labels, and performing artists rather than songwriters and publishers. Performing rights, or neighbouring rights, refer to the public performance of a sound recorded in public places, such as radio, TV, as well as restaurants, shops, malls, and any other place where you can hear recorded music. Neighbouring rights royalties go to the record company behind the recording, as well as the performing artists. What is a performing rights organization? A performing rights organization, PRO, is responsible for collecting performing royalties on behalf of artists and labels in each territory. They manage neighbouring rights. For example, Droits Voisins, direitos conexos. Most countries have their own performing rights organizations, sometimes together for artists and labels, other times separate entities for each branch of performing rights. For example, GDA for artists, Audiogest for labels in Portugal. In the UK, PPL collects royalties for both artists and labels. In order to claim the performing rights that are owed to you, you'll need to have signed up to the right PRO in your region or area, as well as other international ones that are relevant for your recorded works. Furthermore, independent musicians can claim 100% of the royalties if they are the master owners as well as performing music artists. The royalties are usually divided by 50-50 between the record label and the artists. If there's a featured and a non-featured artist, then one half is split between them. In some countries, the split between featured and non-featured is 60-40. If you're a performing musician or session musician and you need help with collecting your neighbouring rights royalties, you can hire a neighbouring rights administration company or sign up to multiple PROs.